Hello, welcome to Lankan Cookbook. Today I'm going to share with you how I make hoppers at home. These have crispy edges with fluffy and soft middles. This is a traditional hopper pan we use in Sri Lanka. It's made with aluminium and the inside is polished to prevent hoppers sticking into the pan. If you have a glass top stove like mine, it won't be easy to use this pan because it won't stay stable on the stove top and it takes forever to heat up. But I have found a perfect alternative. This is a small Nonstick Wok. It has curved sides and flat bottom. It sits perfectly on the glass top. Heats up evenly and quickly. Perfect shape for hoppers. I found this from a Chinese grocery store. We need a lid that fits too. Let's see how to make the hopper batter. Check the description box for more details. 500 grams rice. I used raw Basmati rice. 750 milliliters of thick coconut milk. 2 tablespoons of sugar. 1 egg. 1 teaspoon salt. 1 teaspoon yeast. Wash the rice at least 3 times until the washings are clear. Add more water and let soak for about 4 hours. And drain all the water. Add the rice into the blender and a bit of the coconut milk. Don't add all the milk at once. Now add the egg, sugar and blend. We are not adding the yeast and the salt yet. Make sure your blender is powerful. I recommend using a small blender cup which is more powerful, and blend all the rice in small batches. It will help you to have a creamy and smooth batter with no pieces. Use the remaining milk to wash the blender cup and take all the rice into the batter. Do not add any water. Make sure your batter has no big pieces. Mine is creamy and smooth. Now I am adding the yeast and mixing it thoroughly. Sometimes the yeast tend to float on the top. So after about an hour we have to give it a good stir to mix the yeast into the batter. Now cover it up and leave it in a warm place to cook at least for 2 hours. This is how it looks after 2 hours, foamy on the top. You will see lots of tiny bubbles in the batter. Now I am adding the salt and mixing it thoroughly. Give it a taste, adjust the salt accordingly. This is the consistency we are looking for. These quantities will make about 20 hoppers. Use half of the quantities if you want less. I'm making a small bundle from a kitchen towel or use a cotton cloth. I'm rubbing some sesame oil on the pan and on the spatula. I'm heating up the pan and the lid. I'm using medium-high heat. You need to feel the heat. If your pan is ready, you should hear this when you're pouring the batter. Now turn it around once. Cover it up with the hot lid and cook for a couple of minutes. After 3 minutes, I am opening up to see if the middle is cooked. If it's not cooked enough, cover it up again, cook for another couple of minutes. When the middle is cooked, open the lid and cook without the lid. If you cook it longer, it'll get crispier and more brownish. Run the spatula around the edges. You'll be able to take it off the pan easily. Let's make another one. If you like thicker and fluffier middle, add more batter. If the sides of the hopper leaves the pan, that means your pan is not hot enough. Turn up the heat of your stove a tad bit. Since I'm using a glass lid, I can see a lot of steam build up. I'm gonna wipe it off, otherwise it will drip into the hopper and it will be soggy. If you wish to make hoppers for dinner, start soaking the rice in the morning. And if you're making them for breakfast, make the batter at night without adding the egg. Add egg and salt before you make the hoppers. Leave the cooked hoppers on a wire rack to avoid them getting soggy. This hopper has a fluffier center as I used more batter. It's fun, isn't it? I'll show you how I use the small traditional pan. I'm using a mitten as the handle is too hot to touch. If you have any question regarding this recipe or the method, let me know in the comment section. Comes out perfect every time, but a little bit hard to handle. I'm making an egg hopper now. You see the splatter? That means the pan is too hot. Wait a few seconds before you turn around. I'm using less batter for an egg hopper. Crack the egg in. Sprinkle some salt. Add freshly ground pepper after the hopper is cooked. Make sure the lid is hot. If you cook covered longer, the edges can shrink. Therefore, when the middle is done, cook longer without the lid. Turn down the heat a tad bit if you need. I left it with the lid too long, so it shrank. Look at the perfectly crispy edges. Give it a try and let me know how you liked it. Thanks for watching. See you again.